This is a Nekko Media podcast.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Welcome, cinephiles and Cenobites. This is Cinebite16 of Season 3. I'm your host, Annika P. Today we come back with a film review, Bad Samaritan, a fresh, entertaining thriller directed by Dean Devlin and written by Brandon Boyce. I didn't know Portland, Oregon could be so sinister. Check this movie out with the rest of the family over Thanksgiving dinner. Should be a dinner to remember. And safe voyage to everyone traveling this weekend. Get to your destinations in one piece. Here it is, our review on Bad Samaritan.
Alright, well, welcome to a new episode of the Cinephiles and Cenobites podcast. I am Anofre, and with me, Mox.
Yo.
Today we're going to be reviewing the thriller, mostly thriller, kind of a horror.
Kind of a chiller.
Bad Samaritan.
Yeah, horror, like when we get to that one part, like I want to talk a little bit about that one part
Sure.
with homie's girlfriend. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bad Samaritan. The film is directed by Dean Devlin. You may know some of his work with the Independence Day franchise, Universal Soldier, Stargate. We have writer Brandon Boyce. The film stars David Tennant, Robert Sheehan, Kerry Condon, and Carlito Olivero. And we have some supporting characters as well, Jacqueline Byers.
Going back to the film's director, he, you said, was a producer for Roland Emmerich, right? A lot of his previous work was in the producer capacity, right? With a lot of those blockbusters dating back all the way to, what, Universal Soldier?
Yeah, and he also wrote those, yeah. Helped write.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A lot of writing credit. And if you're familiar with the movie Moon 44, yeah, he acted in that one. And it's one of those, kind of almost a B level kind of sci-fi, but still action-packed, still memorable for me anyway.
Nice.
But
I was just going to ask, is Moon 44 something that you kind of grew up with or something that you've recently visited, when you found out that it was Roland Emmerich?
it was actually one of those random films that was on like HBO late night.
Oh, okay.
Like one of those kind of unusual films that just caught my eye immediately. Never knew who it was directed by or what even the name of the movie was until recently. I just knew one actor who was in it, the most memorable one, and I'll tell you right now who that is. That actor was Brian Thompson. He was Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, fucking
he was Buffalo Bob.
Fright Night 2. Right.
Buffalo Bob
right.
and Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt, right.
Yeah, that guy, yeah. Oh.
He's kind of that, he's done a lot of villains in the 80s.
Kind of, yeah, I would say that.
A lot of horror movie, like random monster guy.
Yeah, so
nice.
Yeah, Fright Night Part 2. Oh, yeah, and he was actually in the first Terminator as one of the punks. All right, so Bad Samaritan, in a nutshell, according to IMDb, a pair of burglars stumble upon a woman being held captive in a home they intend to rob. That's basically it. Yeah. So that's the whole...
That's big, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole movie. So one of the burglars is actually Robert Sheehan. His name is Sean Falco. And I want to point out that his character is of Irish descent.
Right.
So he's an immigrant that his stepdad is an American that married his mom, and they moved them to Portland, Oregon.
Portland, right.
And I was wondering, like, what does that have to do with anything? What do you think the reason for them putting emphasis on that?
Well, I think maybe to justify the lead actor. Like, I don't know if that was the initial script or they found an actor they liked who couldn't not do an Irish accent.
Okay. That probably make more sense, yeah. And then you'd have to get an Irish. It'd probably be faster.
Then exclusively, right? Trying to look specifically for, like, got to be an Irish. For what reason?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, he's got to be. Unless, I don't know. Is the director Irish? Do you know?
No. But I think he's straight up Like he looks Filipino.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the last name again?
Well, it's Devlin, Devlin.
Oh, what? I wonder if Devlin is just like, the Hollywood equivalent or like the nickname, how I go by Mox, like whatever his name is, like Devlino or
Well, he when you look at him, he's not a white guy. He's not a white guy. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Represent. Manong represent.
Manong purpose. But I could be totally wrong. I don't know. Oh. But yeah, so that was the trailer hooked me because it just a scenario, you do this side gig where you're just stealing from people,
Right.
and then you come across, oh, there's that one house that just happens to have
Like what the fuck you would do,
yeah,
right? Like that's some intense
someone
shit.
being held captive. You go to the cops, and plus two, he has that, I'm an
Murder
immigrant
room.
here, like they'll
Oh
deport
yeah,
me.
yeah, green card, right.
It's like, okay, but then at that point that didn't matter. He's like, I just gotta save
At that
this
point,
one.
yeah.
So it's like, oh.
I mean, things had kind of escalated, so far at that point, and he had tried other ways, and shit just wasn't working. So he finally was like, you know what, fuck deportation, fuck jail. I need to help this woman.
A lot of the things in this movie I liked. It's kind of just refreshing, like a very fresh, kind of original story. The two burglars who use their gig as valet drivers,
right,
to go. They pretty much they take a lot of risk doing that, because what they do
big
is,
time. Like,
it's they'll take a customer's car and pretty much drive to their house and rob them of whatever they can in that small amount of time. I mean, you got to know the streets well, and I can tell you, Portland, like in the heart of Portland, it can get not like New York trafficy, but then there's stoplights. There's it's gonna take time for you to get to someone's house. Take whatever you can and then get back in a reasonable amount of time.
Right, so you need to budget accordingly, right? If you're trying to get back to the restaurant, so before anyone knows different, right? You kind of be like stuck. Fucking like, I'm 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
Hold them up.
And nowadays, I mean, you can track cars,
Exactly. So that is a thing that I was a little like, ooh, I feel like a guy who remote accesses cameras in his home would also have a remote app that could track his vehicle. Right. But it doesn't really get too much in the way.
Oh yeah.
Of the story. So
and they base their picks on the car, on who's going to the restaurant. I mean, I don't think you're gonna rob someone who's got a Honda Civic, like a 1990 Honda Civic, missing hubcap or whatever. But I mean, their restaurant is kind of exclusive.
Because would it be worth the haul?
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of middle class to upper kind of range in regards to demographics. But what do you think of the thrilling part? And feel free to talk about the scene that got you.
Well, I thought it was, from the opening, engaging. It moves quick, and then it just kind of downward spirals as fuck, at the scene where you finally realize what the fuck is going on. You can tell that a jump scare is coming, but even being prepared for it doesn't stop you from going, oh!
Right.
This really, truly pushed the protagonist to kind of develop. He had a huge arc, but I feel despite the bad he does, despite his kind of not selling out corporate bullshit, at his core, he's a dude who wants to do the right thing, doesn't want to hurt anybody, kind of wants to get by doing the easy way, but he does want to do the right thing, and it ends up costing him, It
cost him a lot. Oh, yeah.
I mean, fuck. This movie goes pretty fucking dark. Not too much on the depiction, although there is some, but there is some real violence. Like his girlfriend, the bad guy, David Tennant, like homie straight up jumps out in the street alley, fucking kicks her in the face, smashes her face into the wall, and just like throws her over the fucking stairs, down the stairs, couple flights. Like, holy, that was
That was pretty
like that was
brutal.
just ravaging. Yeah, I was just like, holy fuck.
Do you think like when you see scenes like that in like today's climate, like just a woman getting beaten up straight
Right,
up,
right,
like that
right.
intense, like it kind of it's it's multiplied, like it, you
I
know,
think so. I
get
think you're courting possible criticism. You
yeah
know, I think people like to like there. I feel there are some people who feel there's never, not even narratively, ever a good reason or excuse to depict violence toward women.
yeah, and then yeah, it's just it's magnified in this one. It's like whoa, what the
I mean, I feel like it comes like out of nowhere
out of
too.
nowhere
Like
and intense, like
and
whoa,
intense. Like he really like beats the fuck out of her. Like he's just a fucked up. I mean, of course, the
yeah,
dude is a murderer. Like at this point, we know he's like a serial murderer
yeah, yeah,
and a fucking egomaniac, and oh, also a billionaire, like a billionaire heir. Like what if like he's a pretty powerful villain. He has unlimited money. He has anonymity. He's pretty smart. He's way smarter than the two main guys. He's way more well prepared. I mean, if anything, it's maybe his arrogance that leaves enough of a chink for the main guy to operate against. But
yeah,
you know, fuck that. I don't want to get into that situation against that type of guy. I mean,
right, right. It is it's a roller coaster of emotions because you side with Sean Falco. You want him to find that girl, but then you know the antagonist.
David Tennant.
Yeah, David Tennant. Kale Arendrick. Arendrick. We'll just call him Kale. But like it turns out he has another name.
Right, right.
Like he's
Like,
actually Canadian.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I mean, yeah, I mean overall, I think the movie, this is it's a pretty much a
Yeah, it's a great,
fresh take
great little
on,
movie. Yeah.
you know,
It takes a lot of the tense elements of a film like Don't Breathe,
mm,
takes kind of the best tense parts from that, but works at a way faster pace. So it's able to kind of barrel forward at speed, but while also maintaining suspension and attention. So that's kind of a nice, dissonance that works with this film, because a lot of those slow burn that are famous for suspense and tension, they move
yeah,
like fucking, ugh, like hurry up, something happened. You know what I mean? Like a
yeah,
light turns on. That's like, woohoo, plot event.
right, right, right. Oh,
But
okay.
this one's like, right, you're on the edge of your seat, but you're also like, so much shit is happening.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a good fair amount of time. It's almost clocks in at 2 hours. It's about hour
Yeah.
and 50
So it's
minutes.
on the
Yeah,
longer end, yeah,
yeah,
of movies. Yeah.
yeah. But then
Oh,
you know, Sean Falco gets his due. Like, I mean, like I think it's a good balance where David Tennant's character is getting back at Robert Sheehan. He's messing with his family. He's
oh, he's
messing with
fucking him
his
up big
girlfriend. Yeah.
time. Girlfriend, his best friend. Like, okay, that's the only. I feel like, you know what, the dude's journey would have almost been worth it if not for what happens to the best friend and the best friend's family.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was
That's some dark shit.
but it also shows that how easily it is. It seems to, break into people's homes these days, take
Right.
personal information. If you're not careful,
Yeah.
always lock your door, man.
Right. I guess
Oh.
too. Also, like be wary of who you fucking making enemies with, and is it worth it?
Just don't steal. Yeah, work your day
Right.
job. Yeah, just do it. But no, I mean, he saved that girl though. He saved that girl.
That's
So.
what I'm saying. That's the only thing. Like, if the dude had been volunteering down at the fucking Boys and Girls Club, that
Yeah,
girl straight would have been dead.
yeah.
And how many more, right? So how many lives did he save? But I like to at the end we get to kind of see what the girl who spent the entire film as a prisoner, we get to see what she's made of, because she ends up saving him on more than one occasion too.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. That's how you save someone. Yeah,
Right.
just for a quick moment. Yes.
They're like, that's not enough. Fucking hit him again. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
But also hurry up, because the cops are on their way.
Yeah.
And, before they lack context, open fire on you because you look like you're assaulting someone to death.
Nice. So you think this is a...
Oh, definitely, especially because it's available for free on Amazon Prime.
If you're a Prime subscriber?
Yeah. Definite you'll watch, CC.
So you heard it here. Bad Samaritan. All right, well, that is it for this episode. Thank you for checking it out. Be sure to check out this episode's show notes for links to all our social media sites. But other than that, be sure to visit our website, nekkomedia.com. That's Nekko media.com. And we also be on Twitter and Instagram. Very active on both of those. And you can check those out at cynical_mass. That's CINECAL_MASS. And feel free to get in touch through email, cinephiles@gmail.com. Any movie recommendations, we'd love to check it out. Any screeners, we'd love to review. Any potential guests? Yeah, we love having guests on the show too.
Yeah, if you're a filmmaker, fucking hit us a line and we'll get you on the show. Ask you your top 6 movies and what it's like to be an artist like you.
Oh, yes. And any fellow cinephiles and Cenobites, you are welcome.
Yes.
Any place that they can hit you up, Marks?
At villainous_kind, Instagram and fucking Twitter, but don't bother. I rarely check it except when I'm drunk. So
okay.
I'd either send it to Ono or the show.
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitter at thisisono. That's this is OHNO. Same goes for Instagram.
Oh
no. Yup. All right. Well, thank you again. Take it away, Annika.
This has been a Nekko Media podcast broadcasting from the Blood Cave, part of the /tag Potter family. For myself, Annika Pussyfoot, Mox, and Ono, keep the lights on and check under that bed because there's only one universal truth. No lives matter. That means you. Stay rating, Wokeland.
We have candy.
Probably both, it's really bad. And we do the shit all for you. And we sound like shit while we do. Tigers podcast. We broadcasting shit podcast. Tigers.